And we're back. TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of prosperity, love, abundance, grace, kindness, and peace watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Alright, so first I want to get some names. Let's see whose energies do you know, that do I know, that is supplementing this creative and entertaining yet important endeavor. Neil, Daddy. Off camera over here we have AJ, which I saw on the TV earlier, so I know that definitely probably applies to me. Tatiana, Neil, Darling, in the upright. Peace. So that is the energy we need. Daddy, like I said, I was like, at first I'm like, I thought I could have swore I read Daddy, but it said Darling, and then nope, Daddy's here too. Okay. Jay-Z, but I'm sensing more of J, not the Z. Jerry, Shanika, Danny, Sade, Jack. Okay, and I guess that's it. Quan, Joe, April, or something happening in April, Carol, or something about Christmas carols, or some singing Christmas carols. Leanna. Yeah. So, just to reiterate, we have AJ, Tatiana, Neil, Peace, Daddy, or whoever you call Daddy, Darling, or whoever you call Darling, Jay, not really seeing the Z, but Jay-Z, if that applies to you, Jerry, Shanika, Leanna, Danny, oh, I said that already, sorry, well, I'm not sorry, I apologize, Jack, Joe, Sade, April, Carol, and Quan. So I'll leave those down. For any names of anyone that doesn't, like, it's not listed, or you don't, believe your name is going to be listed, we just had codependent and balanced energy that just fell out like this. So that, I guess, that is the pretense of the energy of all the names that are here, right? And again, if your name most likely won't be here in the cards, we're going to get some descriptive cards for you right now. So if these descriptions align with you, this is how we're going to tie you in. I mean, if you want to submit your name so that your name could be listed, I don't mind. Energetically tell me your name. Telepathically, I'll be able to sense it. But don't send it as hate mail, because you will receive karma. So you better send it nicely. Okay, so white, Caucasian, bridge or statue. So this person is statuesque, a cross between wannabe black and really engaging in the African American culture. So this person can be 100% white, or bridge the gap between being white and black. But because they're white and black, they're really more of mixed. And because they're mixed, they have multiple identities to define with, but they don't fully define with black, most likely because they're probably with their white parents, or in an area that's predominantly white. So that is the culture that they grow up in or are attached to. Okay, but they do adhere to African American ideals, most likely because of their appearance. and they most likely engage with African Americans because they are learning more about their culture through other means. Okay, right, yay. Okay, so it's pointing at the name, so I think now we'll see. Let's see, what's this say? Aaron in reverse. That's funny. Let's see if anything else pops out, because that was just interesting. Azizel. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is we have codependent energy and balanced energy. And on one end, we have a whole bunch of codependent energy, and that's all the names that I've already listed. And on the other end, we have who's balanced. Okay, so we have Aaron here on the balanced side, but it's in the reverse. So this person or this energy most likely is moving to this balanced side, or in the process of moving out of this balanced side into the codependent side. So let's see what else is here. Oh, I think that was way too much. Okay, but just to call out a little bit more names, we have Nija, which is more on the codependent side, but they're transitioning. We have Bob, which is on the codependent side, but they're transitioning. I'm gonna take the top side as moving this way, and the bottom side is moving this way. Okay, so the top side, we're moving from balance to codependent energy. That's what Nija is doing. And then on the opposite end of codependent moving into the balanced energy, we have Bob, which is well on his way, Patty, Mohammed, Peter. But again, Peter is in reverse, so he's not really doing too well. Pal, same thing, he's not really doing too well. And Jessica. Okay, they're being most likely forced into this balance, the ones that are in reverse. But the ones that are in the upright, you know, they are willingly moving into this balanced energy. Okay, then we have Danielle, that's in the middle of this codependent and balanced energy. Okay, and I think, is this kind of like a happy medium? Let's see. Oh, I'm being told to leave it like that. Okay, hi Divine. Okay, can you show me now? Thank you. Can you show me yes? And that we're on the right track. Much appreciated. Okay, so Danielle, is that the ideal? We want to be in between coded. Is this the ideal? Merging between codependence and balanced energy? No. Okay, we would ideally be on the balanced side in the upright. Okay, so let's see what are the people who are on the balanced side in the upright. Okay, so we have Eartha in the reverse, like Aaron and Lakeisha. Then we have Michael in the reverse also. Cynthia in the reverse, but I'm being called, you heard the confirmation, I'm being called to leave Cynthia in the codependent side in the reverse, and Jalen, who was with Cynthia, in the codependent side in the reverse. Okay, and then back to the balance side, we have Brandon in the upright. Congratulations, Brandon. And Janet in the upright. Congratulations, Janet. Okay, so we see that there's not enough people in the upright. I would say, Muhammad, congratulations to you too, because you're well on your way, but you're in the upright. So that means that, you know, you've exceeded the lessons that you've needed to learn to move out of codependent energy and into balanced energy. These other energies, however, most likely have either a lesson to go, or they're finishing up their lesson before they can fully be moved into balanced energy, which is beautiful. Okay, so we have something here about small hands, green hazel eyes, French, or enjoys French food, wants to go to France. And just like we did for the codependent side, this is just descriptions of other names that most likely wouldn't be present in here. But if you identify with these characteristics, or you know someone that meets this aesthetic, by all means, you know, you can label this as their reading, possibly. Okay, so then we have someone who's Pakistani, which will make sense when we have the Mohammed name that's transitioning. So other names outside of Mohammed that I don't have listed in here. Someone who is dirty blonde, someone who offers phony love, but their heart chakra is activated. It's very interesting. So they offer people fake love, maybe because they don't know how to be vulnerable, but they are like overflowing with love. So once you've kind of moved past that initial facade, you understand like they're just a pot of gold, right? Then we have someone who has an apple bottom with pure intention. Okay, so this person might physically look sexy, but their mental, emotional, spiritual is kind of prudish. It's very pure and innocent, right? There's atheists here, right? But I'm not sensing someone who strays away from God or is running from God. I'm getting someone who is straying away and moving away from religion, right? The skepticism and the politics, the cultural bias and other biases. They're moving away from that and understanding what spirituality is. Okay, understanding what true connection to source is and true connection to the divine, the creator really is. That's what I'm getting by atheists. Okay, understanding what the I truly symbolizes. All right, and trust. Okay, then we have outspoken, loud. So, you know, they're balancing their throat chakra. That's where we got the throat chakra and the heart chakra. I believe that already fell out in the reading. Their mind state and perspective now is more balanced. Okay, now is more aligned with their ultimate path, but may not be aligned with their physical actions as of yet. They're aligning that. You see, we saw a lot of people, a lot of names and energies here in transition. Okay, someone who just got cosmetic surgery, or someone who just said no to cosmetic surgery. So just think about someone who's having that conversation, or if you heard anyone bring that up casually as a way of identifying with you or identifying with someone even though they may not agree. Just anyone who has spoken on this lately. Okay, and someone who says queen, that's what I'm hearing in my mind. Queen, who says it like that. All right, yes, queen energy, yes, that's what I'm getting here. Yes, there's a lot of queens out there who are in balanced energy. I may not know your name. This also applies to you, and I appreciate, you know, you being so, you know, open, even though you know you're not going to be listed. Here is your tribute. But I'm also getting queen that is more sassy, okay? And then that's why we have this masculine energy here. I'm getting a sassy queen, you know, like a flamboyant masculine queen. I'm not getting full royalty, right? Because if you were in full royalty, you wouldn't even truly be a part of this reading, right? And the reason why I say that is because if you're teetering between codependence or balance energy, you having ascended to the next level that has the ability to utilize these in its healthy form, right? Right now you're understanding that codependence is in its negative form is wrong, and you have to move to balance in its positive form. But you don't yet understand all the different variations, because right now you're just your perspective is aligning. Okay, you're just saying like, oh no, this, I'm not even on the right side of the field in order to know where the goal is. That's where you are right here. You know, your team, everyone's team is supposed to be over here on the balance side so that you can move and continue on the path. All right, but we have to figure out what is blocking these individuals and what is helping these individuals move past this collective block. Okay, and so that's what we're going to do now and get into the general energy to see what's going on. Oh, one more. Humility, embarrassment, easily lacking. Okay, so that's what's starting us up. That is what's starting us up right here. Bridging the gap. of humility and embarrassment, right? And that means that with codependence, which I think is so interesting because this is really a subtext of it, right? With codependence, you are focusing on what you can gain instead of what you can offer, what you can give, and then what you're giving receives. You see, that's what the balanced energy is over here. Okay, what is my giving, receiving, and how can I make that align with my most healthy and divine, like, ideals? Okay, that's what this balanced energy here is. But this codependent energy is, I need all this stuff done. How do I get it done? Who around me can help me? And what can I give to them to barter? What can I give to pay them off and to get all this stuff done? You get what I'm saying? That's codependence. An example of codependence, right? Let's say you need your house painted. It doesn't take much to go to a store, get a paintbrush, get the paint color that you need, and some plastic for the floor, and paint your walls. However, because you feel like you need it done in a professional light because of the stigmas of other people coming over and seeing, you know, how well the paint job was, or, you know, you're scared you might mess up, or, you know, anything that you can give yourself to excuse you doing it, right? Because to me, it's a simple task. It may be harder for those that have disabilities or have ailments. We're not talking about that demographic. The demographic we're talking is able-bodied people who are making the conscious choice to, instead of painting the wall yourself, to pay someone else to do it. Granted, there are people in the world who have these service jobs for this reason, to make their ends meet and to offer people who don't want to do the service, right? There's nothing wrong with that. However, that is codependent energy, right? Because you're saying that although you have the idea, you need someone else to execute it in order for your life to continue moving in the path, in the direction that you needed to move. Okay, you're putting the power, you're putting the control in someone else's hands. Even though you are paying that individual to do it to your liking, they are the person in control of getting the job done. So that means that however they get it done is whatever you have to work with is still in their control, right? So that's where we're getting with the codependent energy. Even in the slightest sense, other codependent energy, you know, this person is beating on you, and you can't go to your family for anything because, you know, your family's far away, and so you don't have a job. Everything you have to do is dependent on this individual, whether it's a girl, whether it's a guy, whether it's an older individual, a family member, or, and I mean family, like this could be like adopted family, or this could be like a co-parent situation, like whatever the case is, right? You can be with an individual where it's not a healthy dynamic and you're forced to stay there because you do not have any other options to move away. And your other options would be to really reinvent yourself. And to most people, that's not an option. Okay. In that sense, that level of codependence is not really what we're talking about, but that is also codependence. Okay. That's just not what we're talking about. That's a little bit more, what's the proper term? That's more, well, that's a little bit more of a darker energy than we are engaging in right now. We're just talking about general codependence, like not feeling like you can do things for yourself and you needing other people to do things for you in order for things to work out in the best light. Okay, giving away your personal power. Okay, so let's see. Ooh. Sex worker, right? Because when that fell out, I was looking at the abort pregnancy baby alert. Okay, so here we go part of the codependent energy, we might have a sex worker, a stripper, anyone that works in that industry that maybe have gotten pregnant, maybe by their significant other, by a random, by a customer. Maybe they were raped, or something really terrible happened. We're not placing any judgment at all. What we're saying here is that this person has the ability, the opportunity, the decision, depending on how you look at it, because if someone raped you, you have the opportunity to abort it. That's a blessing. Okay, so however you look at this situation, this person has the decision to make about aborting a pregnancy, right? But it's on this side where we're in this codependent energy. This is pabon. This is not good. This is pushing more to this humility and embarrassment, right? And they're succumbing to it. They're saying that, oh, they don't want to be embarrassed in their line of work. They don't want to be embarrassed maybe in their home life or their public life, depending on, whatever they engage in outside of their job life, because I already named that. They're afraid of what people are going to say or think. And that's not the energy of a balanced individual moving in their spiritual journey, moving in their highest light. That is synonymous with codependent energy. You are codependent on the validation, approval, and acceptance of the people around you to dictate your path, your decisions, your perspective. And that's not high vibe, okay? And the need to purify is what's necessary. Not necessarily purify your womb, but maybe purify your mind. Drink water, exercise, do some kind of meditation to ground and balance your energies before making this crucial decision. So if you're listening to this, really think about it first, okay? Now on this balance side, we have living rent-free in someone's mind. So you being balanced, people might be upset with you, but hey, you don't care. There's no one in your mind living rent-free. You're chilling, okay? But you are heavily being focused on this codependent side, right? This balanced energy, you are constantly probably in conversation, probably on their mind, probably in their energy. They see you, they feel you, breathe you. They probably just bring you up constantly, right? That's what we mean by living rent-free. If they're doing it so much in the 3D, it's because in their mind or in the spiritual, they're doing it so much, right? And that's what it is, living rent-free, right? Next, we have best/favorite friend and past old friends. So we're seeing that this balanced energy is in the process of transitioning friend groups, right? Clearing out the codependent what is going on? The codependent energy around them to move into this balanced energy and maintain the balance, okay? It's really difficult to be healthy in a toxic environment. And so, this balanced energy understands that by removing these old past friends and maintaining a best friendship or true friends that most likely are their soul family or their soul tribe, okay? And then we have Friday night lights that could have gone wrong, right? So let's put this over here, because I think the could have gone wrong is both with whatever decision this party makes, and then also with these energies over here that are imbalanced. They're in balanced vibes, but they're in the reverse, okay? So what could potentially go wrong with them is our next question, I guess. Resurrection Sunday, something coming up from the past, of a super simp, an excursion. Okay, so a Friday night could have gone wrong is something that someone has done in the past. Better days are coming. Okay, something someone's done in the past, they are going to do again. Now, in the past, it may not have been the best. It may have offered humility or embarrassment, but they're doing this again to see if, since they're in this balanced energy, if it's going to change the outcome of this excursion, right? Yes. And the confirmation there is that excursion is covered here and journey is shown, even though the E is out. So it's not going to be 100% ideal. There's going to be some, maybe a tinge of chaos, but yep, some kind of self-destruction during this journey. However, it's going to, that doesn't leave harmony, that it leaves a bit of disharmony. And people have to just listen, obey, and shift with the change. Because better days are coming. They have to look toward the future, right? Someone might be playing victim, and maybe a singer. Someone's playing victim. A singer's playing victim, who's also a compulsive liar. Or maybe someone who is connected to a singer is a compulsive liar. And they lied about taking a nap. Oh, or maybe they lied about sleeping, what time they were sleeping or where they were sleeping, because they're copying someone emotionally. You have the family room. And we're still back to playing victim. Okay, so there's some kind of recurring cycle with this codependent energy, having to do with a family room, deep-seated emotions, copying other people, not wanting to listen or take personal accountability. And that, because you're not taking personal accountability, you're viewing things like a joke, or you're making people think that you're soft, because you're like a clown, right? And you're moving like maybe you're homeless around the time of like Halloween, or maybe think about a time around Halloween, and here we go with this codependent energy. It's like, think about all the good times, even though there's probably so many other bad times that offer this beach. And the reason why I say, or I augment myself when I say beach, ocean, because it's vast. The water is vast. So all those emotions, imagine those, every drop of the beach, or the ocean rather, is a teardrop, opposed to a swimming pool. That's very different in quantity and volume. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. All this emotion and stuff about this person not taking accountability, maybe wanting someone arrested on something that happened early or midday on a Wednesday because they were fishing for something, and was fishing for something, or lying about something, lying about a nap time, or about to be slumped, going to be given a nap time. Oh, give themselves a nap time by being self-destructive. Okay. Because they probably were so angry and so crazy or rage-filled that, they tuckered them out with their fake flame alert. Seeking praise, the people-pleasing energy, of someone in the LGBT community, or identifies with it, or has identified with it at some point in time, because we're getting ascension symptoms. And I'm not saying that people in the LGBT community are not a part of the ascended group. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that, within the LGBT community, there's levels of ascension. Okay, so if that is highlighted, I'm seeing that there's a transition in mental state. Okay, sometimes people aren't attracted to someone's physical nature. They're attracted to how they show up in the world, how they perceive things, and their physical vessel really may not be their type. But because of their personality, if they met someone else with that same personality, they would be attracted to. But this person, their characteristics evolved past any other similarities, and so they're really attracted to that person's soul, even if they're not their type. That's what I'm getting more by the LGBT community. It can be cultural, it could be racial, it could be gender based. It doesn't matter. It's just the pretense of it all. And then night school. So this is most likely happening at night, where all of this learning is happening, or this processing is happening. But stay clear of these perpetrators that are wanting to remove you from this balanced energy and put you back into codependent energy, because you see how close this is. Once you get past balanced energy, you have reached contentment, right? Ultimate contentment. But that card, that's not out here. Okay, we have the teetering between balanced and codependence. Okay, so we're being encouraged to clean sage, clean your physical space if you don't have sage and other aromatic tools. You can clean your physical space, so by vacuuming, wiping down, dusting, and then setting the intention to clear out any negative energy or any old stagnant energy while you're physically cleaning your stuff. That's a great way of doing exactly what sage is doing. Okay, now sometimes the materials that you keep in place can still hold negative energy. So what you'll do is take a match and light, like you would light a candle, and just light a match, and then just put the smoke of that match over or around whatever cold spots that you have in your cold spots or hot spots that you have in your home or area. Okay, these are just signifying a different kind of energies that are present, and if you don't care to tap into those energies to understand them but would like to clear them, use the match technique if you don't have sage or Palo Santo or incense or any of those things. Okay, homelessness. I'm just gonna drop maybe police. Oh, someone who is homeless is most likely gonna have a funeral service because of divine unrest. The process of death and rebirth, but they are going to have their final death due to a petty competition that they were having. Something that has to, this was in the reverse, something that has to do with survivor mode, but it's face down because this person is not a survivor, and that's not funny. Then we have police and bank credit that are synonymous. So there's most likely people that investigating it or trying to understand what's going on or why this even happened, and figure this out in order to, you know, offer some kind of, I don't know, like ease of the mind while they figure out how to afford this funeral that literally is coming out of nowhere. And then we have, this could have happened, or this is going to happen on a Saturday evening. The irony of the situation. And this person is most likely a Peter from Family Guy. Right? He may not be the brightest, but he is definitely a family man who is loved by his family regardless of the mess he or she puts him through. And the last card in the deck, maybe they went up in flames. Let me see. Did this person physically go up in flames? No. But the funeral service is going to go up in flames. Oh, I didn't see that there were some names back here. We have Octavio, which is transitioning, I think, to the codependent. Oh, no, I think this is hiding. Hiding from, like, making the decision entirely. This is really interesting. Okay, so we have Octavio, Karen, Donald, Kathy, Otley, Jesus, yeesh, or Jesus, and A-Rod. Okay, so these individuals are not even aware of the codependent balance energy. They're just fluctuating back and forth through it. Okay, but at least the people on the board are aware of the energy that they're putting into the collective. All right, so I would say, you know, we don't talk fear. I wouldn't say be afraid if you're these individuals, but I would definitely say be weary, because some life lessons, like this baby alert, this pregnancy, that could be another thing. Oh, let's just justify the names that were back there had to do with that story, right? I'm not even gonna call the names again. Just rewind and listen to the names I called out. Yeah, these people are unaware. They're teeter-tottering because they are engaged with some kind of sex worker that may or may not abort this mission. Okay, and on that note, I'm just going to exit gracefully. I'll see you soon until the next.